I thought Bria Holmes come out early, was very aggressive, looking to score, which got us going. I thought defensively the first half, I was asked by our radio people after the game, we come out like, no, we played probably the best defense that we have in the first half for a long time. And I thought Asia Bussey was the key. I mean, they kept picking, and Asia kept sagging off and helping our guards over top that pick. So I didn't think we just wasn't hitting shots. They were sagging, and we weren't hitting over top. And then our turnovers, I'd say half our turnovers was because we're trying to force it inside. They're sagging. Our team, I tell them, we got to reverse the ball, move the ball, spread the defense out, go side to side, and then all of a sudden you got some alleys to the post. But when you just try to come down one or two passes, throw it in the paint, that's what happens. You have a bunch of turnovers. So those things we got to get corrected. But overall, I was pleased. We didn't shoot well. But I thought effort-wise, defensive-wise, for the most part, we did a pretty good job. Any questions? Let me just say this. We got a big game Sunday against Baylor. Win or lose that game, I hope we have a great crowd here for these seniors. What is it, on Tuesday? These seniors deserve a lot of credit for our success for the last 3 or 4 years, and hopefully we can have a great crowd here to send them out the right way, because this is the last time our fans will be having an opportunity to see them here at West Virginia playing. So hopefully we can have a great crowd and a lot of enthusiasm in here, and we can have a lot of fun that last game.
Get the sense, none of the players were happy with the way the last Baylor game went here.
No.
They're really looking forward to getting another practice.
I think so. I think it's down to two-game season now. It's down to a two-game season. Needless to say, you'd like to have that game at home. Well, we had them at home, and they beat us. So now we got to beat them on their home court. So we're going to go down there. We have nothing to lose. Got to go down there, be aggressive. That first 12 minutes, we just got to attack, defend, and play as hard as we can and see where we're at. If you can get it close going towards the end of the game, anything can happen. That's where we want to be. We want it close at the end of the game. And we've done a pretty good job this year in close games at the end of the game. So I like our chances if it's close going down the stretch.
Even better to see Bria tonight after a tough one at Kansas State bouncing back.
Yeah, it's just mental. It's just coming out being aggressive mental. A lot of our girls, if they miss a couple shots and they get down on themselves and all that, we got to forget that. I thought Bria come out instead of, especially early, started attacking the rim and got to the foul line. And I thought that one play, there was 2 girls going after the ball, and here comes Bria from the side and just outran them all. And the time those 2 girls looked up, she already had a layup. So I thought, she showed a great athletic ability there. So, but I thought the key on defense, our girls did a good job for the most part going over top. They set a ton of picks, and then Asia Bussey's right back there helping. So Asia was a key, I thought, defensively for us.
Speaking of Asia, I know you say this knowing you never want to see a player kind of suffer the type of injury that she did last season, but now when you look at the makeup of this team and the juniors becoming seniors and Bria maturing as a sophomore, blessing in disguise almost with having Asia this season.
Well, yeah, I'd like to have Asia 10 more seasons. If I could, maybe our last game of the year sometime, we'll act like she's hurt again and try to get another year. But, Asia Bussey's a special player, a special person. And, everybody felt so bad for her last year because it was her senior year. And for her to have a year and then be so productive this year, it's great for her that we're having a good year for her. That's worth coming back for, put it that way.
And is she different as a player versus what she was 2 years ago? And you're talking so much about her defenses.
No.
And the unselfishness that you mentioned.
No, I've said since the freshman year she's one of the best defensive players. Now, it's not as far as blocking shots and lift and that. It's laterally and talking, communicating, and being in position and box outs and that. I've said since her freshman year she's one of the best I've ever seen. And she continues to do that.
Did last season change her, though, at all, especially as this year has progressed, though? I don't know.
Did it change her?
Yeah. When she came back, was she exactly the same?
Well, she's motivated, yeah. I mean, Asia loves to play, and Asia loves to win. And, again, she's been our captain, I think, for 3 years, and that's for a reason because she's such a leader. So, No, I tell you what, I like to have 10 players like Asia Bussey because it's just not only on the floor but off the floor. She's so mature and such a leader. It's a pleasure to have her.
On the offensive end, she commanded a lot of attention. That opened up
Yeah.
for Avery.
Well, and that's what happens. And then our guards, you know, they're so unselfish. They try to. That's why you have a bunch of turnovers. They try to force it in there to her. Avery's going to be. They're all going to be open on the perimeter because they're paying so much attention to Asia. But we weren't hitting over top. Now, if we could have hit over top of that, then they have to spread a little bit, and then Asia could have went to work. But we just never got it going over top. That's why it was so important to us to get the rebound and push the break and get so many breakaways and that type of stuff for their defense set up.
You didn't get a lot of those fast break opportunities in the first half. It seems like you wore them down.
Yeah.
A lot more chances in the second half.
Yeah, and they started shooting a lot more jumpers and long rebounds, and we get it, and we had some run-outs. But, you know, and that's what we had to do because we weren't really executing very well in the half court tonight because we weren't hitting shots, and then we had turnovers and that type of stuff. So, you know, I hate to keep bringing up the radio. Jesus, they act like we lost, but. You know, they brought up all the turnovers and not very good and all that. But, you know, anytime you can play, you know, the way we did and still win by, 32? I mean, that's pretty good. This team just lost by 1 point at against Oklahoma State and should have won. Oklahoma State scored with 1.1 second to beat them. So, you know, I just thought defensively we did a good job. Offensively, we weren't clicking tonight. We just wasn't clicking.
So when you look at this film, a lot of teaching points or just make shots?
No, it's great to have his film. It's great. No, it's great to have his film because in my opinion, the worst thing we could have done was come out and just played great. And then we start feeling good about ourselves, and now they realize, hey, we better pick it up. I heard them in there afterwards. Hey, we can't play like this against Baylor. We can't play like. Probably that's the best thing could happen.
Anything else for Coach?
Your teams have played pretty well at the Farrell Coliseum there in Waco, and it's always a great atmosphere. Did your players really, they get pumped up?
Yeah.
For that, don't they?
You know, I think that if you saw our game here, and I've watched some other tape on them, they try to knock you out that first 8 minutes. And if whoever was here, remember they went up 15 on us, and then they ended up beating us by 15. I think the key there is, man, we got to come out just in attack mode, defensively, offensively, and stay with them that first 8-12 minutes, and then get them thinking about it. And like I said, the longer we can stay with them, we get down under that 4 minutes, anything can happen.
So you have to hold Sims to under 40.
It'd be nice. Yeah, we already gave her a record, 48. I hope she don't set another one. But we'll see. We'll see.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.
Good luck, Coach.
All right.